So let's talk a little bit more about some news that came out today.
Oh,
Did you see the tariffs that President Trump placed on China?
oh, I like when we get political. So
Yes.
yeah, it sounds like there are a ton of tariffs, but nothing on Apple. How is that possible?
Yeah, so I find that fascinating. So Donald Trump announced $200 billion of more tariffs on China, but Apple products and the components that go into them are going to be excluded. And I wondered for a little bit why this love affair from President Trump and Apple, because Tim Cook's actually a well-known Democrat. He is not a Republican, and I don't think he's funded President Trump's campaigns anywhere in the past. So why this special favor for Apple? Well, I started doing some research, and I was reminded of some changes that happened just recently. So Apple had been technically headquartered in Ireland, and I think they technically still are. And Ireland has had very low taxes, business taxes, and so it was a good business move for Apple to be headquartered in Ireland. Well, President Trump accused them of being non-American for being this very American company, but yet headquartered in Ireland. And so he was calling out Apple and saying, you're un-American, you're unpatriotic. What are you doing in Europe and on a tiny little island? And with the announcement of the tax cuts that came into effect earlier this year for businesses, it actually dropped the back taxes that Apple would pay by 50%.
Oh, wow.
So that's big. They went from owing $78 billion in back taxes to the American government to $39 billion. And so it now makes economic sense. I think that's almost on par to what they were paying in Ireland. And for moving back to the United States, that says, okay, President Trump, I'm now an American and I'm proud to be American, and they're bringing that money back to the U.S. And so that ingratiated Apple into President Trump and his administration's graces. And now look at the break they're getting. Huge break.
Big tax break.
Do you think that's going to make them a lot more competitive on the international stage? And is it fair, right? So President Trump is all about renegotiating NAFTA and trade deals all across the world, and he's pushing hard and hitting companies and countries, I should say, with tariffs. Is it fair that his American company is spared the same tariffs that he's placing on non-American companies? What do you think?
That's hard to say. I can tell you it's exciting to go to other countries and to see people using American products like Apple and like the iPhone. I don't know if it is fair. And the whole business tax thing, I think it's good in a way because it makes it a lot more competitive to do business here in the States. And I do see a lot of people going overseas a lot. But at the same time, I know my taxes this year are going up because of it.
Really?
To fill that gap. They are. Yeah. And that's
So
not
personal taxes going
my
up?
personal taxes are going up.
Oh.
Not by a lot, just by about $3,000. It's complicated. It has to do with a change that they did on the way that the property tax relief works at the end of the year. Anyway, I calculated it out, and with these tax drops, I'm actually paying $3,000 more, so that'll go towards Apple's pocket, I guess, right?
Hey, Dan,
because they're the ones that are saving.
You know what you could do with your $3,000?
What's that?
An iPhone XS Max and a Series 4 Apple Watch.
Yeah, let's repeal the taxes so that I can get the watch and the Max. It is a little strange to put money in pockets of big businesses and take it away from property taxes here in California, but if it helps the economy, I guess it's good. I'm pretty neutral on that. I don't have any strong opinions